Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. Good evening, all the way from a pretty rainy Somerset today. But anyway, this is the West Brom versus West Ham preview. Game takes place tomorrow night, 8:15 kickoff at the Hawthorns, and this is the preview for that game. Massive game as always. But just a stat to bring you first: West Brom have won just 2 of their last 16 Premier League meetings against West Brom. Against us, West Brom v West Ham. They've only won 2 the last 16, so something positive going into it. But I'm joined for the preview tonight by Gary. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Jake. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Another massive game, 2 left. We're still trying to get into Europe. I think most people are, putting out there now. We are 1 win away from some sort of European football. We're going to hope that this is European football, but to be honest, it will be a disappointment if we get the Conference League. But I mean, we'll be the first to win it if we get in it. So that'll be something to cheer about, unless we get Astragugu in it.
Yeah, of course, Astragugu will knock us out. I was actually taking a quick look at some of the teams that are currently in that 7th place across Europe.
Yeah.
Teams like Anderlecht and Roma and who from Spain. There's some big names in that competition, so it should still be quite an interesting few trips for us, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we can get into the proper Europa League, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let's see who's in the chat. Neil T, I hope you are all. I hope you're well. Evening. And James Bong is in as well. I hope you're well as well, James. But we'll get straight on into it then. Are you confident? I mean, this is a massive game, Gary, isn't it? I mean, we're coming up against big fat Sam Allardyce again. Are you confident?
I'm always confident because I'm a West Ham fan, so I always start the day off confident. I think it's going to be a tricky game. I think fans coming back into the stadium will make a big difference for West Brom. So this will be their only time they'll see their team this season. So I think hopefully it'll play into our hands because Big Sam will have to attack, and I believe we're a very good counter-attacking side, so that we can then hit them on the break like we did at Burnley, like we did at Wolves, like we did at Leicester. I think all our best away performances have been on the counter-attack. So I'm hoping this will play into our hands, but it's going to be a difficult game. Dean Garner obviously is going to be playing against us. He'll have a point to prove. So it'll be a good game. But yeah, am I confident? Yeah, I think I am. I think we can win.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. We haven't picked up 3 points in our last 2 games, and they've had a clear game plan, and we like it when teams come to us. That is for sure. When they come out of us, not as Everton did, score and then pretty much park the bus with 3 big central defenders in there and just completely block us out. Let's hope that Big Fat Sam he's got the ability to do both ways, hasn't he? He's got the ability to just park the bus from minute 1, or they could go out and with these they've got some really good players that will come to Pereira, and you said Dean Garner there. They could come out and attack to us, which will probably go in our favour in the long run in the 90 minutes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think at the end of the day, this is the only time they've been playing at home in front of their fans this season. Even Big Sam, I don't think, can come out and park the bus. I think he wouldn't get away with it. They're already relegated. They've got nothing to lose. He's probably thinking about next season. So I would be very surprised if he parked the bus. So I think they'll come at us. As you say, Pereira's a very good player. I like Dean Garner's a very good player. So yeah, hopefully it plays, as you say, Jake, hopefully it plays into our hands and we can get them on the counter-attack.
Yeah, I completely agree. Let's hope that. JC is in as well. I hope you're well. Rob Lomax and James Fever, the man himself, is in as well. Guys, keep your comments coming in about the game, and we will get on to your elusive score predictions later on. But when you look at this West Brom side, I'm just trying to bring up their games in the past. I mean, they've been relegated. They're sat in 19th position, but they've still got some threat there. Pereira, Dean Garner, other players. I mean, they've got a few big centre backs as well. That Semi Ajayi. They've got quite a physical team as well, but they've got that just balance of flair. Obviously, they haven't had the quality to stay in the league this season, but they're not going to be a pushover.
No, they haven't. They've got a very good goalkeeper. Sam Johnston he's a very good goalkeeper.
Johnston.
We like him.
Yeah.
I think Sam gets a hard time from the West Ham fans. I think he did a very good job for us at the time because we were in turmoil when we went down under Avram Grant, and he really did sort us out a bit before your time, Jay. But he sorted us out and got us back up. And admittedly, some of the football was a bit dire at times, but he's very well organised and he knows what he's talking about. So I think it's going to be a tough game. As you said, I've got some good players, but I think we've got better players, so we should be able to beat them.
Yeah, I agree. And it might be a bit of a coaching session as well for David Moyes. As you say, Sam Johnson, obviously, he's come out and obviously we've been linked very, very highly with Sam Johnson. So we'll get to see him as well. So that should be interesting. But in terms of us then, how would you like to see us set up? I'm just going to bring up an image for you here. Should this man come back in? Saeed Benrahma, a fantastic goal, his first goal for West Ham United. We've had to wait for it, but firstly, a cracker of a goal, that's for sure.
It was a beautiful goal, lovely finish, and I think his confidence will be high. So yeah, I think he should come in for Bowen. I think, as you said, touched on earlier, Jake. I think the teams have started to work us out a little bit. They're doubling up on Lingard, which has always been a good outlet. So I think I would keep the same team, presuming everybody's fit. Apart from Bowen, bring Benrahma in for Bowen, and I'll just attack them right from the start. I think Declan will be another match further down the line, and I think we should win. Let's hope so, anyway.
Yeah. Let's hope so. That is for sure. Yeah. I'm going to ask you this because a few fans, and I'm probably one of them, said Fornals didn't have a fantastic game against Brighton. Do you think that Bowen's getting a little bit unfairly treated here? What did you think of Fornals' performance against Brighton, and do you think that warrants him to start?
Fornals was very good against Everton, I thought, but against Brighton at the weekend, I agree with you, he wasn't the best, and unfortunately, he does miss quite a few chances, Fornals. But I think his energy gives us something, and he does create something. Bowen, Bowen, I never know what to make of Bowen. He's a bit of a one-trick pony, I think. It annoys me as a professional footballer that he can't cross with his right foot. That really irritates me. He goes down the right way and then cuts back like Yarmolenko does. He's a better finisher than Yarmolenko, and he's quicker than Yarmolenko, but he needs to have another string to his bow because the fullback knows he's going to cut inside every time. So if we're going down that wing and coming back on himself all the time, it's too predictable. Whereas Benrahma can go both ways, which is what I like about him.
Yeah.
So Bowen, I don't give him a hard time, but I think he's got his limitations. He needs to work a little bit on some more tricks and just try to get a little bit more creative because I think I'm right in saying he's the most substituted player in the Premier League this year.
Oh, probably. Moyes loves a sub with him.
Yeah, he was always the first off. I'm not sure how that would make me feel if I knew that every single game I was coming off. That's not really good for your confidence either. So I think something needs to change with Bowen. I think he could be a squad player next year, myself.
Yeah, he is still young, 24 years of age. I mean, he's had a fair run this season. 8 goals, 5 assists for him. Slightly better, but it balances out because we all know that that David Moyes loves Pablo Fornals because he is the workhorse, and he is the tank of our side. But we said on, I think it was the long review we did the other day for the Brighton game, that there's too much footballing knowledge in that backroom staff, not playing the summer for them when he's not on international duty to get him on that training pitch for a day and work on his shooting and attacking skills because people look at him as an attacking midfielder and people just go, he just can't attack, he's no threat going forward, he can't shoot. I think it's better off with me and you shooting some of them the other night. He very much splits the fan base, Pablo Fornals. Some people absolutely love him, some people think he can do much more in an attacking sense and just get frustrated by that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm split opinion on him as well because he had a chance on Sunday or whenever we played, and he was put through, but he hasn't got the pace to drive through, and he got caught easily. And I think you're right. I mean, he does need someone to sit down and get a calm head when he gets a chance to shoot. Because I think he's got 3 goals last season and 4 this season, which is not enough for an attacking midfielder and all the games he plays.
Yeah.
But when I look at him, on the other hand, I think he's improved no end from last year. I think when he first came in the team, he got pushed off the ball. He looked like a little weak guy. Yeah. He's strengthened up. He's getting stuck in. He looks more confident. And I think if he just added a bit of composure to his game, he could be, as you say, Jay, he can't finish. He can't finish his dinner. He's terrible at that. But he laid on 2 great passes the Everton game. He set up Soufal for the thing. It was his cross for Benrahma. So he has got a good pass in him, so he's got good vision. So he's a contradiction, but I think we should keep faith in him because he is improving in my eyes. And as you said, he's young as well, so I think he's worth sticking with. And Moyes obviously sees something in him as well, which is important.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Moyes definitely likes him. That says Ben Rama has to start for me. Yeah, I completely agree. I thought perhaps in the Brighton game as well, we will come on to, Declan Rice, Angelo Ogbonna coming back at the side. I thought we could have just afforded just to put Ben Rama on the pitch. I know everyone will know I like Ben Rama, but I just feel we had that. Rice was back, Ogbonna was back. We had that defensive, kind of wall there, and I think we could have afforded to go for it a bit more, put Ben Rama on the pitch. But I see why Moyes dropped him to bring Bowen in. But let's just see whether Ben Rama does come back in. I hope he does, because West Brom they are a weak side. They've been relegated, but let's just hope this is, he could. I will guarantee if he starts the last 2 games of the season, he will score again. So let's just hope Moyes will keep the faith of him now. Scored a cracking goal, and let's hope they keep on flowing. As we said when he joined, and a couple of months into he joined, once he scored, the floodgates will open, and let's hope that's what we see now.
Yeah, I agree. I hope so as well. I mean, I was really pleased for the guy. It was a lovely goal, great finish as well, in off the post. And that's probably taken a massive burden off his shoulders now. So, as you say, Jake, I'd be disappointed if he doesn't start against West Brom.
I agree. Vajet is in all the way from France. I hope you are well. James says, yeah, Ben Rama should start. He scored now. Check out Hammer's Polls. I did a video on Pablo for now today. Yeah, I saw that when I got home. Hammer's Polls, go and check out James's stuff over there, doing some fantastic stuff. So I mentioned it there. The massive crucial part of our midfield and defence is now back, and let's hope they're back to full fitness for Wednesday. Declan Rice wasn't quite there. He was about, I'd say, 70-80%, and he looked knackered. And he let people go past him, which he would never usually do in that second half. But yeah, hopefully Declan Rice back and a massive boost back to full fitness.
Yeah, again, I agree with you, Jake. He ran out of steam in the second half, and he admitted himself in the interview afterwards, didn't he? He said he was surprised he got 90 minutes out of him. So I think he was blowing hard. But in the first half, he made some great interceptions and passes. He's vital to our team. I also think Souček looks tired as well, to be honest with you. I think he's played every minute of every game, and because of our lack of squad depth, he has to play every week. And I really hope, selfishly, that the Czech Republic get knocked out immediately of the Euros, so he can have a break in the summer, because the poor guy, he's played every game for us. If he has to play every game for Czech Republic in the summer, then come back and play again for us, it's going to be tough on him. So let's hope we can increase the squad.
Yeah, he's a tank, he is. He's only missed 1 minute this season, and that was the Fulham game where he got sent off, and there was 1 minute where he wasn't on the pitch. Obviously that was rescinded, as we all know. But I mean, he looks tired, but he just keeps on going. Oh my God. He just keeps on going, that is for sure. And obviously, as you said, squad depth, or the lack of it, means that he's got to start every game. But honestly, bless him. What a man. But then the defence, we've got the 4 back that we wanted. Creswell. Actually, let's talk about Creswell. He looked a bit vulnerable, should we say, in the Brighton game. They were lumping the ball over the top to Johan Bash, and he was getting caught out a couple of times in that left back position. We'll just start with him.
Yeah, I think Creswell has always been his pace. I think he's better in the back three as the left side of the back three, because his pace is not such a liability then. I think you and I have discussed before, Jake, we need another left back. This is clear. Arthur, bless him, is not a left back, because he can't defend to save his life either. He's got. If you could do some sort of fly experiment and mould Masuaku and Cresswell together, you'd have Masuaku's pace and Cresswell's brain. You'd have a good team, good player. But at the moment, they both got their weaknesses, so I think we need another left back. But I like him in the back three, and his set piece delivery is obviously excellent. He's got a beautiful left foot on him. So, but you're right, Jake. His pace is to be exposed, and I think Big Sam will probably have a go at that tomorrow with Dean Garner, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. But yes, I don't understand why Moyes hasn't used Ben Rama. How do we want a player? He is a player that can reach a good level. In playing from time to time. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Uh,
He's got to have players thrive off consistency, and that's what I said for the last few weeks. And he's just not getting it. That's so he should be now. He should be now the first name. Well, not the first name, but he should be on the team sheet for the next 2 games, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. Let him have it. Let him have it. Vegeta says that's a mistake. West Ham has spent too much money. I think Sebastian Haller rings to mind there, but oh dear, that's a debate for another day. Rob says, afraid to say, but Lingard needs to up his game. Again, being totally off the pace the last couple of weeks. We'll come on to him in just a second, but Bonner and Dawson, the partnership, back together. Sorry, my English. I hope you understand. No worries. Thanks for coming on and commenting. Even though English is not your first language. But Ogbonna Dawson back. People were worrying about Dawson. I've never worried about. Well, I did at the start. I nearly had a heart attack in that Southampton game where I saw his name on a team sheet. I was like, oh my god, this is going to go from bad to worse here. He's got ahead of Diop and Balbuena, I don't know. But another masterstroke from Moyes. Ogbonna back, very, very crucial. And that experienced head that can organise that back line, I think.
I think Ogbonna, as you say, Jake, is crucial. I think if you got him there, I'm comfortable because he talks and he organises, and he's a security. When you've got Dawson with Diop or Dawson with Balbuena, it's not quite as strong. I mean, I like Balbuena. I think he's been roughly treated, to be honest. I think he's a good, solid centre back, and I'll probably put him in it above Dawson. But I've got no complaints about Dawson, really, to be honest. He's had a good season, but Ogbonna's definitely, as you say, Jake, the strongest centre back for sure.
Yeah, definitely. James says if Ben Rama scores 2 goals, he has been better than Fornals. Fornals got 3 goals, 3 assists. Ben Rama 1 goal, 5 assists. Yeah. Fornals he doesn't out the assists and goal tally very much. That is for sure. Gary's in. I hope you are well. Gary, guys, keep the comments coming in about the game. But the last player we're going to discuss, we've pretty much gone through the team, and I've left this person purposely to last. Jesse Lingard, and you said earlier on, teams are doubling up, tripling up on him now, and he is finding it hard, and he's having patch that we all expected him to have. It was inevitable, but let's just hope we can have a push with him coming back to what he was, in the first half against Arsenal, the Wolves game, all of these games he was superb in. Let's hope, for the last burst, let's see if he can push to try and get in that Euro squad and put a couple of good performances into West Ham for West Ham to help us get European football.
Absolutely, I think as you say, Jake, he came in January and just took our team by storm. I mean, I must admit, when we signed him, I thought, why are we signing him? We don't need him. But I was completely wrong, and he's fantastic for the first 7, 8, 9, 10 games, whatever it is. But I think teams are now looking at him thinking, okay, if we stop Lingard, it stops supply to Antonio. It just stops him breaking up, because the thing I like about Lingard, he's very direct. He gets the ball and goes straight towards goal and straight towards the front. He very rarely passes backwards. So I think teams have worked out if you can shut him out, then it obviously stops the ball going forward quite as quickly. So I think, yeah, he's a great player. Whether we sign him in the summer, I don't know. Now that Harry Kane's going to leave, I think he might go to Spurs. But so we'll see.
Yeah, well, obviously that is all in the balance, that's for sure, and we will just have to wait and see. Honestly, obviously, in the last few weeks, it's become more uncertain his future. People have come out whether this is true or not. He wants your Champions League football, and West Ham are going to give that to him. I don't know. We will just have to wait and see, because it's going to be a very, very intriguing summer for West Ham United. How many players will we get in? I found a report that I'm going to do a video on very, very soon. It might be in the next couple of days, or I might wait till the end of the season, do all the season reviews, and then start filing out the what they call the team of the seasons, and then put this video in here about strikers, about who we can sign. I found a very interesting report that I'm going to talk about in a future video. But we will just have to wait and see. His future at West Ham looks very uncertain, but we will just have to wait and see. Loads of comments coming in, so let's go through them. Gary says, "Fat Sam, we'll park the bus to scupper our chances. We need smash 3 quick goals or we are in trouble." I think, this is another game, Gary, where if we concede, we're going to find it. If we concede first, we're going to find it very hard. Or if we don't have a quick start and score, in the first 10, 20, 30 in the first half, we are going to have a very, very tough Wednesday evening.
I agree. We need to score early, but I don't believe he will park the bus initially. Because I think he, as I said to you earlier, I think it's the one game they've got at home. The fans will be on his back. It's talk of him getting a new contract and staying down. So I think he will start off attacking. But you're right, Jake. If they score, we're in big trouble. I think he will then park the Liverpool fan are very difficult to break down. It relied on Alisson scoring a header, and they've got a better squad than us. So I think he knows how to defend. We saw that at West Ham for 4 years. And if they go 1 up, it will be very, very difficult. I fully agree with you.
It only means one thing. If we're finding it hard and we have a corner in the 90th minute, bring up Fabianski and see what happens.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I've seen everything in football now. James's only problem with Balbuena is that he is very slow. Like Balbuena, but feel he would have had a better. He would have been a better defender 15 years ago. Vegeta says we need players able to dribble and give give impact and cross. I agree. Rob says Lingard is dropping too deep, and when he gets the ball, is too far from goal. Yeah, I've noticed this in the last couple of games, and with Antonio as well. I mean, one moment towards the end of the Brighton game, we had Lingard covering at centre back, and Soufal was up front leading the line. I was like, oh, what is going on here? But yeah, Antonio, he's either out wide or he's dropping deep. He's coming back to get the ball. He's coming back to the halfway line. We need them to stay up pitch. Don't worry about the defending part of it, Antonio. Just stay at the pitch and be ready like you were in the Burnley game.
I think they're both just so desperate for the club to do well. I think this is coming out of the drive to win the game. I think Lingard and Antonio both want to get the ball and try to push forward. But you're right, Jake, they were so far back at some point. It was ridiculous. I mean, Antonio was right back on the edge of our 6-yard box, 18-yard box at one point, which is ridiculous. But Lingard is coming back, but I think it's out of desperation more than anything else. I think he just wants to help the team. And we need some structure to make sure, as you say, he stays at the front and does his job.
Yeah. James says Fornals has done some great defensive work for us in the midfield. There's more to football than just attack. After all, our biggest improvements this season has been in defence. Yeah, a few people have already put in their team of the season. So as soon as the Premier League season is over, we are going to do a few Premier League reviews with different people, a Premier League one and a fully West Ham one for an evening, and then we will start rolling out people's Premier League team of the seasons. Vegeta says if you've seen the match against Everton, we haven't found solutions. Yeah, we said it, we are very predictable and we haven't got a plan B at the moment.
No, but again, this goes back to what we said right at the very start, Jake. Squad depth. I mean, if you look at the Premier League as a whole and take a step back, look at the Champions League finals, got 2 English teams in it from the Premier League. Europa League's got 1 English team for the Premier League, and we are competing with these best teams in Europe with Ben Johnson on the bench, Odubeko on the bench, Nathan Trott on the bench, Yarmolenko, one-footed donkey Yarmolenko on the bench.
Donkey. I'll add to that. I'll add to that, Ukrainian donkey.
Yeah, we've got the thinnest squad going, and Moyes deserves tremendous credit for keeping us where we are. The fact we're even talking about, we are 7th with 2 games to go. It's just incredible. What's our record points total in the Premier League? 62, I think. So if we win on Wednesday, we will have the best ever Premier League season we've ever had, which is 25 years. So, he's done fantastically well. Let's hope we get some good players.
And if you look at it as well, we would do the season review, but there's so many points that we've just dropped stupidly. Letting 3 goals against Arsenal, we shouldn't have lost to Newcastle. We should have won against Brighton. Perhaps should have got a point against Everton. There's these games as well that we could have easily picked up points in as well, but we will have a look at that all at the end of the season. You mentioned that man Mipo Odubeko there. I don't think he will be in in action in the last 2 games. But in this video about the strikers, he might just get a mention in there. But you will just have to wait and see for that video. And how you do that is subscribe to the channel and click the little notification bell and press all, so you get notified at 30 minutes before I go live, and when I go live, and when I upload a video. And it might just be that one, you never know. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and all of that jazz. Let's take some more comments. What if Grady scores the winner? Oh dear. Oh dear. Moyes will be fuming. Sullivan will go oh well in his office, and that will just be that.
Yeah, that would be so West Ham, wouldn't it? It would be so West Ham.
Oh no.
I can't remember. I don't know if Dean Garner scored this season, but I certainly haven't seen one lately. So no, yeah. You imagine he'll do something. He's a tricky little player, and as I said to you, I do worry about our pace at fullback. Even Soufal's not the quickest. Cresswell certainly not. Maybe Ryan Fredericks. He's probably on the bench as well, I suppose. So we'll see.
Yeah. He scored 1 goal this season. He's played a few games actually. Let's be fair to him. No assists, 1 goal this season. His minutes to goal ratio is 1,187.0. Not fantastic. But yeah.
That would be half to straight away. He'll score a 25-yard screamer in the top corner. He'll do he'll do a Tielemans in the cup final. You watch.
God, that was a goal. That was. I think if that happens, we'll just have to sit back and some people will get annoyed. Some people will go straight on Twitter. David Sullivan, why did we sell him? But you just got to sit back if that happens and just say fair play. Dad says he has done nothing this season. Watch him turn into Messi tomorrow. I know. We did discuss this earlier, but Gary says I think Souček is dead on his feet. I feel for him. Yeah, we pretty much said that, but using different words, Gary. That's for sure. Vegeta says West Ham have possibility to make a difference against big teams. It must do good choices, but the problem is more in front of than back. Just opinion. But so what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask you for one key player for both sides. So who do you fear when you look at that West Brom side? So one key player for West Brom first.
Probably Pereira. I think he's class, that guy. I think he would make a difference for our team. So he's the one guy I think that can do something. He can either assist or score a goal. So he's the one I think we need to watch. That's my danger man, yeah.
Yeah. Very, 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 very dangerous. And, perhaps you mentioned pace just a minute ago. Perhaps, Moyes might throw something in there. And I feel we should have brought Ryan Fredericks on in the second half of the Brighton game just to inject a bit of pace. I know he hasn't got the qualities at both ends of the pitch, but just to bring us up the pitch, with just this bit of pace, which we are so desperately missing in our last couple of games. And one key player for West Ham as we go into this game, who are you going to go for? Who should West Brom fear?
One out of our superstar 11. Let me think. Probably Antonio. I think. I think he's on fire. Like he was against Wolves. I think it was. He can virtually beat teams on his own, and he must be a nightmare to mark. He's so strong and physical. So, and I honestly don't think when he gets the ball, sometimes he knows what he's going to do. He just puts his head down. So, I mean, how do the defenders know what he's going to do? I don't know. So, I think he could be key for us. Yeah, so Antonio is my player to watch tomorrow. Hopefully he'll get a hat-trick.
I know you've only said one player there, but in your head I know you were going, well, they should fare Fabianski, Soufal, Dawson, O'Connor, Cresswell, Wright, Souček. Yeah. United have gone 1-0 up against Fulham. What a surprise there. Edison Cavani has got the goal, and guess who's got the assist, Gary?
Bruno Fernandes.
None other than the keeper. David De Gea has got the assist, so that must have been a long ball over to Cavani and in the back of the net. But Jessa says, or maybe they found a good compromise. Ben Rama, Lanzini appear good. I do feel for Lanzini. He was just he was fantastic in that Burnley game, but getting injured in the next game after 40 minutes, I feel for him because he was very, very good in that Burnley game. But we will now move on to the final part of the show, and that is the predictions. I'm going to do mine first. I'm mixing between a 1 or 2-0 win for West Ham. I can see this being quite scrappy. I'm going to be positive and go for a 2-0 West Ham win. Dawson's going to score. Benrahma's going to score. I would be in dreamland if that happens. That's for sure. If Dawson gets on the score sheet, if Benrahma gets another, I will be very, very happy. And that is that one win for Europe that we all want. But Gary, your prediction?
My prediction is that we'll go 1-0 up with a goal from Antonio. I think they'll equalise, and then they'll get two ahead of themselves. The crowd will get behind them, and then we'll catch them on the counter attack 2-1. And I'll be controversial and say Pablo Fornals will score the winner.
His goals have been far few and far between this season, but that will be such a crucial goal to get the winner there. That is for sure. Whilst we wait for some of your predictions to come into the comments, I'm just going to tell you what's coming up. Obviously, it's match day tomorrow. It is midweek, so I will try and get a review to you out. I don't know whether I'll do a review, but there'll be some sort of review content on Thursday out for you. Obviously, we will have the build-up and starting lineup reaction tomorrow. So the game starts at 8:15, so we will probably be on around quarter to 7 o'clock-ish. That will be put up tonight, so if you turn the notification bell on, you will know when we will go live. So we will build up to the show, but we will be on a little while before the starting lineup is announced, and then we will react to the starting lineup. Let's hope that Benny Boy gets back into the starting lineup, but you will see our reactions live. We'll have a few guests on, and you will see our reactions to the starting lineup live. Vegeta says, what do you think about Antonio? I felt he went missing in the Brighton game, but I just want him to stay. Don't come back and get the ball. Don't go out wide. Just stay in the middle. Because I said on a show before that, we haven't got anyone to target, man. If it's Benrahma, Lingard, whoever out on the wing, and if you're out there supporting them, yes, you're doing a good job supporting them. But if they lump it into the box, respectively, you've got Lingard 4-0, unless Souček has come all the way up. He just needs to focus on what he did in that Burnley game and be that fox in the box. And he scored 2 on that day. So let's hope we will see that type of Mikel Antonio tomorrow, Gary.
I hope so as well. I think the trouble with Mikel, as we touched on earlier, he's not a natural centre forward. The poor guy, he's played everywhere in his career, and now the last 12-18 months have made him into a forward. But I think you're either born with that or you're not. So I think he tries to be a forward, but he keeps making wingers runs and midfielders runs. But I like him. I think without him in the team, we are a different side. He gives us a different dimension. He's quick and he's strong. So I do like him very much. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, we miss that vocal point up top, don't we? When he's not in the side, we miss that vocal point. We've got no one to lump it up to and aim at. Dad's going for 2-1 Benrahma and Antonio. Oh, I like this, James. I like it. 2-1 to West Ham. A Masuaku brace in honour of Stella Masuaku's birthday. Happy birthday, Stell. I hope you well. I don't think Masuaku's going to be back, but I like what you've done there, James, and of course, happy birthday to Stell. Anton said today that it's his 70th birthday. I'm not quite buying into that, Anton, but but there we go. Vegeta says West Bromwich Albion is a good team, but don't underestimate them. We can win and we will win it, but we've got to take the match seriously. I completely agree, Vegeta, and we will leave it there. So obviously there will be the build-up show tomorrow. There will be a review at some point, whether I'll do just a quick one or I'll do a live one with some people. You'll just have to wait and see. Gary, thanks very much for coming on the preview.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
Cheers,
thank you very much, and bye-bye. And we'll be back very, very soon. Come on, you irons. There we go. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.